Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess. Our today's topic is about handling mental stress during the chess game, and we are going to discuss few points that can help us understand how we can control the anxiety to some extent. So there are mainly few points which are chess related and 2 or 3 points which are other than the chess, which can help us control our anxiety, and it may help us to get better results in the long run. So firstly, trying to be objective about the games. We should not think much about the result. See, it is very easy to say that don't think about the result, try to think of the actual features of the game, like do calculation, try to remember opening theory, and be specific about the game at hand and don't think of other things. But practically doing it looks somewhat difficult, especially for the weaker players, those who think that my opponent is stronger and I am not up to the mark. But see, thinking all these things doesn't help in the game, and fear often leads to lots of sight and we miss many things just because of the fear factor. So one of the thing is we should try to just focus on our technique. That was point one. Secondly, we can become more specific in the process. We can try to evaluate the positions. Whenever there is fear, we should just check and have look at the position, try to evaluate the position objectively and see whether the position is good, bad or whatever we feel like, and that will help us actually understand the situation at hand, and we will not panic about it. So for evaluation purpose, I have made many videos. I'll show you one small example here how one can go about evaluation. This was the position in one of my games. Our objective is to try to evaluate this position. We can clearly see that white is somewhat better, but why is he better and how much he is better, that is the main purpose of this. So evaluation means trying to fit in where exactly we stand. Are we slightly better, clearly better or winning? So during the game my evaluation was that white is winning over here. I had got into this position using the bishops. The bishops had obstructed the knight, and then final phase is to create some actual threats. Like here I want to play bd5 and then b7 or e4, one of the pawn will be mine. Secondly, there is a pawn majority of 3 versus 2 which we can promote and create a passed pawn over there and then try to win a piece for that pawn. So objectively speaking, we can see white has his plan set. How does he proceed? So I could find the move, see very strong move g4 here, which is a typical technique. The bishops first obstruct the knight, restrict it, and then we try to push it back. So I went with the move g4, and now see it's very clear I am threatening g5, knight h7, and then see bd5, either b7 or e4 would be lost. My opponent played re8 trying to protect e4, but see after g5, nh5, now I have rook d7, the rook invades the 7th rank, and see after rook f8, of course he can't give f7, I play rook b7, rook d8, c6. Soon my passers get promoted after a5, a4, b5, and the position becomes winning. This was just to show you how the evaluation was done and how one can try to focus on the game. In this game also, see, I was sure that the position is better, but I tried to evaluate. I tried to evaluate at several points, which helps me curb my anxiety also, and it of course improves our technique as a whole. So two very useful things we can do is we can focus on the technique, we can try to evaluate the position whenever we are in doubt or whenever we are getting anxious. Thirdly, treat every game as a practice game, and we should for that matter set short-term goals and long-term goals, 2 types of goals for the game. Like I will try to do this thing during my game. There could be goals related to our past performances. Let's say I have never made 2 on 2 before. I have won the first round, lost the second round in a rating tournament. So if I can reach a new high, means I reach first 2, means I win first 2 games. So it can be like a small target. If I have never made more than 4 points out of 9, and if I am making 4.5 or 5 points in this, that I will treat as my small target. So like that goal setting we can do, and we can try to reach a new high in every tournament. This often helps a lot. Many a times players keep on winning, losing in a tournament. That pattern remains same: one win, then loss, then win, then loss. But suddenly he wins against a rated player. Suddenly he is able to draw against a much higher player. Suddenly he sees that he is scoring more with black pieces. See, these are all mind blocks. So these we can overcome, we can target these things. We can see what new thing we could achieve in this tournament. Maybe I was always making 5 on 9. This tournament I could manage 6. So these kind of goal settings, small goal settings we can do. Always we have to be objective in doing our goal setting. Short term and long term, two types of goals we need to have, and they should be objectively achievable, not superficial. Finally, point 5 is, apart from chess now, we need to inculcate habit of reading. Little bit of reading helps a lot, and we can go with some great books like How You Can Work on Your Own Miracles. There is The Secret, and there are many other books like Magic of Thinking Big. These books help us to condition our mind and prepare for competitive success and all. Apart from that, we can use books by chess players, autobiographies of strong players. There is book on Judith Polgar, there is book on Magnus Carlsen. One should start reading the My Great Predecessors by Garry Kasparov, which covers life stories of world champions right from their childhood to how they became the world champion. Such books can be very useful in our preparation. And those who have more stress, they should of course inculcate habit of doing little bit of yoga or little bit of meditation with some simple breathing techniques, just focusing on the breath and so on. Little bit of walk if they are not doing gym and all, 15-20 minutes of walk at least during the tournament days, or maybe 10-15 days before the tournament days they can start it. If one does all this on daily basis, it is of course very useful. I hope this video will help you in some way or the other related to stress. I will make more detailed video on these topics later. Do let me know how you found this lesson in the comments below. Thanks for your time.